Part two. Now I'm saying how to breed a dog. It's solely you're breeding the dog on the aspect of a pedigree. That is incorrect. You're not supposed to do that. So now you're trying to mismatch pedigrees. Oh, this dog is a champion, that dog is a champion, without knowing or seeing those dogs. Don't do that. Like, for real, for real. And also, too, know what those dogs are producing. Because at the end of the day, too, with all this, that every last champion corso can't replicate himself. So yeah, you can have a champion corso, and he can't reproduce himself. He produces something else. Like, real talk. He reproduces something else. And you can't seem to like to pinpoint a look like him. So, like, again, you're supposed to know your bloodlines. Not that they came from this, not that they came from that. Your bloodlines as in dog for dog. And I mean, that's a hard thing. So now, if you go to the breeder and he doesn't have pictures of grandparents, because everybody has a phone now. So now there's no excuse. If you don't have pictures of grandparents and great grandparents and could break down what type of dog it is, not just it's an Italian Mastiff. No, if your dog is imported blood, is it American? Because there is a difference. How much of the import percentage? How much of the American? Because a lot of our dogs are hyper, so they in between both. But regardless of the point, if he can't break that thing down to you, he or she, leave them damn dogs alone. Because people be asking for outlandish prices. $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a puppy. And again, oh yeah, they show quality. How do you know? Corsos grow funny. Corsos grow funny. So it's not a guarantee that, yeah, you start off with a nice looking puppy, but is he going to grow up and mature to be a nice looking dog? Different ball game. Different ball game. A lot of enthusiasts don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. And they're not going to tell you that because it's solely for your money. On some real stuff, it is. It is. Now, also, not saying that poor quality corsos haven't won champion. It's like, look at Chino. He's a world champion 3 times. World champ. Band dog. Yo. And his descendants are in the show ring now. ICCF and in AKC. Show champions. Not that they're good dogs. And not even that they're pure dogs. But like I said, other enthusiasts don't have an issue with that. And see, this is where I'm coming from with the hypocrite stuff. Because at the end of the day, if we care about the corso and we're talking about purity and, yo, the dog's supposed to be perfect, a lot of you enthusiasts ain't even running with perfect dogs. Your dogs, how your dogs get selected sometimes. And no, let me bring it back. A lot of you black enthusiasts, right? There's racism in a lot of clubs, registries, etc. So when you show up, they don't really like you. They don't want you to be there. You know what I'm saying? You'll get hated on by some judges just for solely who you are. Not that you don't have an awesome dog. Not that your dog isn't good. On the aspect of your color of skin, you won't be selected. Now, how I know this is to be the truth? Because other enthusiasts told me stories that when they first came in, you know, they were shunned upon. So what they did was hire a handler that was well known. And then all of a sudden, with that handler, the dog started being selected. So corruption does run in the show ring. So, not saying that everybody corso that is a champion dog didn't deserve it. Some have really deserved it. Yo, I have to say that. Some have really deserved that title. But then there's a lot of dogs that don't move like a corso, that are angulated wrong, but a handler is real good and they can hide that. So there's tricks to the trades of this situation. So now, like I said, it knocks everybody on an equilateral plane. When I'm talking about an equilateral plane, is that there's no, you're better than this guy and this guy's better than that guy. Like, it doesn't happen like that. And it's not like that. That's the reality of it. And this is why a lot of show enthusiasts don't like me. The reason being because I keep it 100 on some real stuff. You know that phrase backyard breeder? Actually, that phrase is actually saying black breeder. Real talk. Real talk. But then you got to ask these dummies and these enthusiasts, who do you sell those dogs to? Who are your biggest consumers? Real talk. Who's your biggest consumers? Why all them dogs in the black hoods? Like on some real stuff in the black neighborhoods. I didn't mean to say the hoods. Black neighborhoods. Why them dogs are there? But yet, like I said, up and coming, when dudes is trying to be serious with it, you don't show no love. On some real stuff. It's some diabolical stuff. So this is a dirty game in this corso biz. Real talk. You got these enthusiasts, like I said, that will talk greasy behind your back, say all types of frivolous and fictitious stuff, not even factual. They will lie just to sell their dogs. All this thing is about is geared upon is money. And that's how it was from the gate. Yo, what do your new standards stand for? And what are you trying to do? What do you, like, listen, in the beginning, even with the ICCF, like, yo, like, it wasn't no, you know, like, no big extravaganza and, what can I say, magazines and etc. In the beginning, like, on some real stuff. Things take time. It morphs. It evolves. So, like, at the end of the day, if a new registry gets started, it has to get a chance to evolve. Like, real talk. Doesn't happen overnight. Just like with bloodlines and etc. That doesn't happen overnight. So a lot of you dudes, mix and match pedigrees, don't know what's behind the dog, doesn't know if the dog can reproduce itself, and then you get these dogs with different traits in your litter. So now you got some like neos, neo boxes in between, all types of stuff, and not traditional corso. And then, like I said, you want to have so much to say, and you badmouth good breeders. Now, again, I show people rustic dogs, and they thought they were mixed. So now, I'm having an individual, oh, you got all these DQs and all these mutt-bred dogs. Mutt-bred dogs, like, yo, like, what are you talking about? So now, you come up on this joint, you know what I'm saying? Because you get a battery put in your back. So you come on the forum, I mean, you talking about some DQ stuff. These are the farmer dogs from Italy. And I'm showing you the traditional look of the dog. And yet, you have an issue with that. Oh, that's not what the stand. Like, yo, that's what I'm talking about, where education is a key, man. Stop speaking half-cock on some real stuff, because a lot of enthusiasts out there, I'm talking about, only one that I give respect to is what you call it, Derek Masto from Alcohol. I give him respect because he tries to educate you. A lot of you dummies didn't want to learn. Matter of fact, he was the mentor of a lot of you other people, mentor breeders. And them people didn't listen. And now they in the predicament they at, like on some real stuff. It's no deviating. It's no shortcuts in dog breeding. It isn't. Either you have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, you fake it like you fake it to make it. It is what it is. It is what it is. So now you trying to belittle the backyard dude because he don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? But you know, this is another tactic too that a lot of these enthusiasts do. Let me put you on. Far as they go in the poor neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Or dudes that they sold dogs to, they start to breed dogs. And this per se, they're not showing the dogs, but the dogs are coming out better looking than the original breeder. So you know what he does? He picks up a puppy or two. Either the enthusiast give it to him or he buys it. But now, when he gets the dog, he never claims that the other enthusiast bred the dog. On some real stuff. He said that he bred the dog. And a lot of you know who I'm talking about. So like, at the end of the day, this is being done. And this is what has been done. Like, real talk. But these dudes supposed to be stand-up people, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, really. And again, like, I just don't, like I said, man, I just don't respect a lot of things that's going on in the breed. If we're not careful, the breed will change. It will morph. It'll be something that it's not supposed to look like the Neapolitan Mastiff. And only when You see traditional Neapolitan Masters, the first thing that comes up is like, yo, that dog has to be mixed. But it's traditional looking Neo. That is the Neo. That is what the Neo is supposed to be. It's a Canada Presser. It's a corso. See, like I said, a lot of the history was warped, wasn't told correctly. But we can go back and we could trace, and the record is right there in black and white, and in photographs, and in statues, and etc. Showed and proved all that. Showed and proved it. Bruno Flavio is a veterinarian. Pretty much of his books is pretty much accurate. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I disagree with, but pretty much all I can agree with. Michael Esselstyn brought a lot of truth to the front run. And then Mike Santilli Jr., definitely with the American dogs, he put it all out there. So it is what it is. Put it all out there. Told you what happened, when it happened, and why it happened. So, like, if you're going to bash the American dogs, you better bash the Italian breeds too. Like, yo. And they still reconstructing. And then you talking about, evolve, like, catch you people out there. And they think that we all stupid. And we're not. Like, on some real stuff. And I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about people, the public in general. They think you stupid. So, like I said, educate yourself on some real stuff. And once you become educated, educate others. And keep advocating properly with the breed. Advocate properly. Don't get on the bandwagon on, yo, man, well, this guy over here, that's that dude. Everybody likes him, so, that's my friend. Like, yo, I don't have any friends. I have people I consider as my family on some real stuff. And I consider you fam, then you fam. Like, on some real stuff. And then other clowns and bozos, it's like, it is what it is, man. I understand you don't like me. I understand why that you hate me. Like, real talk. But look, I evolved, and I kept it 100. And you can't defute me. And that's the problem. And then my skin color, because like the appearance, you thinking, yo, he's a nobody, a backyard breeder. He don't even dress like, he's not even dressed to success. He's nobody. Yeah, but evidently, I have a lot on cap than a lot of somebodies though, right? I kept it 100. And my name is just constantly elevating, like on some real stuff. But it ain't even about that. Like, because I'm not doing this for fame, fortune, etc. Because Facebook is free. So I'm not getting paid for this. But again, a lot of information was not available back when I got into the breed. Back in the 90s. Now, the information is available. I'm making it public. I'm making it publicly known. Like, so now you have a choice, and you can come to the conclusion of what you want to do in your breeding program. Also, how to breed a dog, like on some real stuff, because you mismatching pedigrees and you're not knowing what the hell that dog has in it, and you're just breeding the breed, it doesn't work like that. Unless you're doing protection training, and then you're just looking for the temperament of the dog. It ain't got to be a perfect confirmation. You're looking for temperament. So now if the dog works, then you use it, like on some real stuff. So then the actuality of that, then you can kind of like mismatch pedigrees with that. Like on some real stuff, long as the dog temperament is up to par. But then if you want the overall package, hold on for a sec.